So I had like a very structured upbringing. It was American dream, 2 kids, a dog and a picket fence kind of thing. I know there's a lot of alcoholism on my dad's side of the family, and then my mom's brother is an addict. You know, whatever the case may be, and I would get drunk and I would go walk the streets of like whatever part of town that I was in, and just find myself in like really bad situations. Like I would just get wherever I was going for the night, like wherever I was like out of the house and like around people, which was like usually the park or the skate park. I was young, like too young to have a paying job, young. The bigger reaction I could get from people, the better, you know. The bigger reaction I could get from people, the better, you know. My parents not really having experiences with it, like I think that they just kind of like believed what they wanted to. I think like a couple weeks after I turned 18, I got arrested. Anyway, it was like a really big deal, you know, and I was in jail and my car got impounded, and my mom was like, what is going on, you know, and I was just like, oh, my car got impounded because like I had speeding tickets, and I was like trying to lie. And I remember I was supposed to be picking up heroin for my friend's boyfriend, and I was like, oh yeah, I was my car got impounded because speeding tickets, and she's like, then why are people calling me and telling me that you're on heroin? You know, and I just couldn't keep it all straight anymore, and so I just was like, because I am. I was totally that person that thought that like I was just physically dependent, and if I could just get through the kick, like I'd be fine. But I remember just like sneaking around and like still trying to get high and being like, oh yeah, I feel better, like I don't feel sick, you know, and I would be just like, hi. There was no later or tomorrow or the future. There was just like right now, and me getting high right now, and how am I gonna feel okay right now? I like had no idea what happened. The last thing I remember was my dad had either texted or called me, and he was like, when are you coming home? And I was like, oh, I'm leaving in a few minutes. And like I meant it, you know, like I really was planning to leave. And like I think that the guy that I was with roofied me, but I don't know that for sure. And I had all these calls and texts from my parents, and they were like, where are you? Like, are you alive? And I came home, and they were getting ready to go to work, and they were like, tell us what happened. And I was like crying, and I was like, I seriously don't know. Like, I have no idea what happened to me last night. And after that, you know, my mom was like, you need rehab. And I was like, maybe I do. I just did like everything they told me to do, like everything. Got a sponsor, worked the steps, joined a home group, got service commitment, which was really uncomfortable, you know, like I wasn't used to doing any of that stuff. And it's crazy, like I remember really struggling with doing all of those things initially, and then like over time I started to look forward to it, you know, and I had like friends, and I had people who cared about me, and I was laughing, and it just occurred to me, I was like, oh my God, I'm happy. For me, my mom's actually coming up here on Saturday, and she just like wants to hang out with me, which is shocking, I guess. I don't know, I mean, it's been 6 years, but like I still sometimes I'm like, you want to hang out with me? I really wanted to know that there was a possibility that I could be happy and sober at the same time. I think there's like the stigma that being in recovery is boring, you know, and like you won't be able to do things that, especially young people, you know, like you won't be able to do the things that other young people do, and you won't get to live your life in the way that maybe you had planned. I've gotten to have like fun sober, you know, like I've gotten to do things that I never would have been able to do if I was using. And honestly, I would say that getting sober gave me like a chance to be a kid again, you know, like I get to laugh and goof around and have like true friendships. And so honestly, I mean, it's the coolest experience. It's a little weird at first, you know, for sure, like it's a different way of life, but now looking back, like I was sober on my 21st birthday, and like I don't regret that I didn't have the opportunity to drink alcohol, you know, like I had a blast anyway. For anybody suffering now, like you can be happy and sober at the same time, like you don't have to suffer.